Irina Lichna said goodbye to her life in Kiev when the war broke out, and she's been trying to find a new home for herself and her 2 boys ever since. They lived in Turkey for 2 years, but it wasn't a good fit. So at the start of this year, they went back to Ukraine.
The city where we will stay, like my mom place, my mom home, it was far from the war line, but still there, like everyday siren, rockets, like not safe the place. There is no safe place in Ukraine.
Earlier this month, she packed a few bags and flew to Halifax.
It was actually a big risk for me because I feel myself like energetically. I was feel like I'm staying on the top of mountains with 2 kids, and I'm jumping, I don't know where.
Under Ottawa's emergency visa, Lichna gets 2 weeks in a hotel for free. She's one of more than 4,000 people who have come to Nova Scotia under that program. And this is one of the first stops for many of them. From a church basement in Dartmouth, the Ukraine store offers free furniture and other household items to Ukrainian newcomers. Rick Langell started the charity 2 years ago.
The last couple of weeks, we've seen larger numbers come out of uncertainty of what's going to happen in Ukraine, because they can always go back, I guess, if things get better, but after March 31st, it would be difficult for them to come. So they're coming with a sense of urgency to make a better place for their families.
Langell says the Ukraine store has become more than just a donation center. It's also a place to socialize, because many Ukrainians have come to Canada without knowing anyone here. This political science professor, who is herself a Ukrainian immigrant, says that's why Ukrainians fleeing the war need the resources that come with Canada's emergency visa.
Lots of people have no connection to Canada. So that period of having an accommodation and knowing you have a place to put your head on for the night, and then you can prepare your documents or your everything that is needed upon arrival was very important.
Ukrainians can still come to Canada after March 31st, but they'll have to go through other immigration pathways. They won't have access to 2 free weeks accommodation or an open work permit. For people like Irina Lichna, those things are proving invaluable.
It's like second chance for us.
The war in Ukraine may be far from over, but Lichna says she's ready to turn the page and start a new life here for her and her boys. Taryn Grant, CBC News, Halifax.